What's up, everybody? Sparrowwood again here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Crackpack server. A lot of updating to do in this episode, and then we're going to do some major Thaumcraftery. Once again, I wanted to do another episode recording before things got too crazy and everyone was like, whoa, this doesn't even look like the same place. So what I've got here is a berry bush with an autonomous activator, so that's basically just clicking away. It has to be in the dark. For those of you that have watched the Attack of the B Team that we did a while back, this is basically the same thing on a very simple scale. And then I have an XP bush. I had a bunch of iron for Thaumcraft and stuff, because you can see it gives one metal. I can't ever say that one. So that was a good source of the metal for making crucible stuff, but I need more copper right now, so that's why I have the copper bush set up. And I've also got some gold. I have an iron, I have some iron ones, gold, tin, ton of aluminum, but I don't really have a purpose for aluminum yet. I've expanded this a bit to have some more stuff. I didn't actually realize how much progress I had made until I looked back through my last episode's recording. We got a nether wart farm going here. I have a tree farm down here. Basic, it's a 3x3. Small little sheep farm for wool that I haven't really used a whole lot. A couple of barrels for saplings and logs. I'm trying to keep things as low-tech as possible, and what happened here? I didn't do that. And do more magic-y type stuff, like I mentioned in the last episode, trying not to do too much tech. But I had to do some. So basically what I did is I have a broadsword here, a steel sword, because I really just got tired of getting killed all the time. So while my armor is still makeshift, I managed to get a steel one. I put a few quartz on it, but I put a flux modifier, which I believe this is 400,000 redstone flux. Since we have the jetpack ones here, I think it was a hardened one. Yeah, 400,000. Because these are actually really easy to make. Well, I say they're really easy. It's 2 leadstone, 1 copper, 3 redstone, and then sulfur. We have sulfur coming out our ears on the server. So this was easy. And then the next one is the hardened, and that just requires the leadstone to invar. And invar is simply 2 iron and 1 ferrous powder, or dust, and then it makes an invar blend. So it's the leadstone one, 2 invar, a tin, and 3 redstone, so they're really not that hard to do. Now these, the redstone flux capacitors, you need a diamond. The electrum's not too bad, it's like gold and silver, I think, mixed together, but the diamond is the part that kills me. I have not found a diamond. A single diamond yet. Jesse has found some, BassplayaKG. AdrianWannaFly has found a couple, but yeah, we have a severe lack of diamonds on the server. So, I found this little gem from Extra Utilities. It's Culinary Generator. Basically, you put food in here and it makes redstone flux. It'll hold 500,000, so I haven't made a battery cell or anything like that. So I've got my centrifuge for honeycombs, I've got my squeezer for different fluids, and then a carpenter with seed oil at the moment. Now, the reason I got into these 3 machines is because I'm hoping that I can manage to somehow breed diamond bees. And I know this sounds horrendously stupid, but you would not believe the amount of caving that I've done and not found any diamonds. I'm almost to the point where I think I could get the bees for diamonds before I can actually find diamonds. I am not joking. Like I'll look right at your face. This crap is serious right here. Like, I have not found diamonds at all. I haven't even seen a diamond. Well, no, I have seen a diamond because I stole one from base to make a enchanting table, actually. I told him about it, it's fine. This is an energetic diffuser, which you might have seen from the B-Team Let's Play, and it's to charge your Tinker's Construct weapons and tools that have redstone flux capacitors. Pulverizer to multiply ore production, and a redstone furnace to use power instead of coal, because I was starting to run out of coal before I had my tree farm. And then I've basically got this running to this, running to this. So you dump ores in here, it pulverizes them, smelts them, and puts them in our chest here. These are just stuff I haven't done. I have my bee chest over here. I've been trying to make certain kinds of bees. Now, it is important. I have this wrench here to turn on and turn off the pipe or the conduit here, because I read online the forestry machines always use power. Like, even if they're not doing anything, they will consume power, and because I just have this little generator, I didn't want to do that. So, that's basically that part. My Thaumcraft room has changed a little bit. This actually got burned or blown up by something. This is like a upgraded crucible. We'll go over that in a second. I've got a disassembly table over here. This basically lets you get research points. Like, you can just see it added an aqua point. I typically dump sugarcane in there to get air, and it gives you more research points over here. We got our arcane work table, a couple of chests with goodies in it, and then down here I have this doodad contraption, which we're going to go over in a second. And this is the alchemical furnace with an arcane alembic. Gosh, everything's so hard to say. And a hopper with an essentia funnel. This is a beautiful piece of machinery. Essentially, essentially, get it. Okay. Oh, I don't have my thumb goggles of revealing on. That's why I can't see what's in these. But basically, if you've got one like this that's partially full, you can use the vials or whatever that I made. These little things, glass vials, and you can store essentia. The problem is if there's less than 8, the vials can't take anything. So what you do is you take a jar, you put it under here, and then you take another one and right-click on this essentia funnel, and it'll put the jar up there and drain it into there. We'll probably see that at some point here. So what are we doing today? I'm going to kind of do a dual purpose thingy majigger whatever, because I need to make some better armor. As you can see, I'm using a bunch of makeshift. Now, Adrian was kind enough to give me this. He gave me a present. He gave me a full set of osmium, I think. Osmium. Hey, I said it right. Armor. Which is pretty good armor. I think it's about equivalent to diamond. Ooh! Oh, we got an Eldritch. Sweet. Okay. That, we'll get into that later. I needed one of those, though. I've been looking for an Eldritch Princess, and I couldn't get one, but now I have one. Mwahaha. They're... I forget what they do, but they're in the line of what I needed to try and get to diamond bees, I think. It was either diamonds or I was trying to make shard bees, so I had enough shards for Thaumcraft. I don't remember. Oh yeah, by the way, this little doodad, Hyper Energetic Niter, which is, so that Thaumic Tinker? No. Yes it is. Thaumic Tincture adds stuff to typical Thaumcraft that wouldn't normally be in it, like some of these extra wand foci, dislocation and uprising. This one sounds fun, but I don't have an ender pearl. But basically this hyper energetic one, you take niter, throw it in a crucible, and you can make a hyper energetic one. And what this does is if it's in your inventory, you can go places that don't have torches and it will light it up for you, so you're never in the dark. It's amazing. Let me explain. Well, let me actually see if I'm going to use this at all. If not, I think I am. Maybe. Maybe not. I thought... Oh, I need to make a niter. Okay, so this works. So we need 3 ignis, 3 lux, and 3 potentia, and a glowstone to make a niter. Now, typically, you would throw the elements into your crucible, and then when you threw the glowstone in, it would spit a niter back out, right? This lets you be more precise, essentially. So, I keep saying essentially, and we're dealing with essentia. It's so funny. So, let me put my Thaum stuff on, because I have my battle armor on at the moment. because the Thaumcraft gear gives you discounts to Viz. Where's my boots? Oh, and then I have this, but I also have this lovely individual. And what this is, if you right-click on it, I have a jar of Potentia Essentia in here, but this is the thermostatic harness. It looks really derpy. It's even weirder when you have the full gear on. But there you go again. Basically, that's what I'm going to start saying. You can see on the left here that there's a power bar. That's how much Potentia energy I have presently. Let me see if I can sleep, actually, because no, it's not nighttime, but I am so scared to go outside in this server. They are, like, vicious. So if you hit F, you hear that little sound, and you can see all the sparks. We can fly! Woo! So this is kind of like the Thaumcraft jetpack, if you will. And really, the only thing that I don't like about it, to be honest, is going up and down is really easy, but forward is very slow. So like this, you can go up, whee! But to go over, it's like, kind of like you're walking in water. It's just not quite that fast. What is this? Adrian's been doing some work over here, but I did not notice this before. He's got some crazy crap going on. Oh gosh, he's got a launch platform. This is the ICBM mod. I'm scared now. He's gone nuclear. Oh! There's a hole in his roof. I wonder if that's intentional. Yeah, he's got a big reactor now. And also got some forestry machinery. He's gone a little crazy. Like, mine's just one mod at the moment. Like, I've just been working on Thaumcraft. But because his has been machinery, that he's been... Well, he went with ours, but I think he either got stumped with materials or finished it. I can't remember. But he's got a whole factory system going on here. And I don't even know what this is, but I have not wanted to pull the lever. Somehow my game decided that I had double-tapped the button. So anyways, yeah, this is the Thaumcraft jetpack thing. It comes in handy. I'm still going to probably end up making another one, although supposedly you're supposed to be able to enchant it with the speed charm, or speed enchantment or something that's supposed to make it fly faster. But I already enchanted this one and didn't get that, so I'm not too sure about that. But anyways, so let's go over this real quick. So I got my thumb gear. So what were we looking up? Niter, right? Yeah. So 3 Potentia, 3 Fire, 3 Lux. And I don't know if I showed this, but you can go to your aspects and find the one you're looking for, which in this case is Lux. Where did it go? Did I pass it? There it is. And you can highlight it, and it'll show you what stuff you've seen that has this Essentia element. So for Machina, you can use gates, doors, levers, so on and so forth. And I believe Charcoal has 2 Ignis, and I think it also has Potentia, but I may not need to use it because I may have enough of that stuff already. Yes, Charcoal has both of those. So we need torches and we need charcoal for this. Actually, let me check my storage room down here of my Essentials. See, now you'll be able to see it. So we have plenty of Ignis. No need for Ignis. And I can just use my jetpack for Potentia. And I believe we only needed, what is it, 3? So I need 3 torches, pretty much. Actually, do I have bees? Actually, I know I've said, like, the same thing 4 times, sorry. I'm gonna pause it real quick and gather what I need, and then I'll be back in a minute and we can just do this straight up. Okay, so I got everything that we should need to make a runic helmet. And the reason I want to make that is because there's a runic goggles of revealing where you can put the goggles these things here, and it'll basically make them protected type of thing. And since mine are about to break, I kind of want to do that. All of this stuff I've discovered, I've been thumbing like, whoa. So yeah, let's just not even talk about this, because there's a lot to all this stuff. This crucible thing that you're looking at here is the automated alchemy, which is 2 alchemical constructs over a crucible, and then you right-click them with the wand. And then you can make this thing, which I don't remember what that's for. It's so it can accept like more than one pattern or something. Anyways, it's pretty complicated, but let me show you how to use them. So, oh, and one more thing. I've also finally made the Thaumic Silverwood wand with Thaumic caps. So you can see there's a little purple... Oh, and I also found out if you hold F, you can switch the foci. I think I showed that before. And I'm carrying now a focus pouch, which if you right-click, shows you all the focuses that you, or the foci that you have. And when you unequip one, it goes in the bag. It doesn't stay in your inventory, which is nice. Now, I could not for the life of me figure out how to get the cap or the foci focus off of this wand when I traded up for this one. This one holds 100 of each viz, which is amazing. And you actually shift F, and it removes it completely and puts it in the bag, and then you see you have all 3. So I'm going to leave mine on the excavate for a minute, but yeah, I have a lot more viz to work with, which is awesome. So first things first, let's get all of our main ingredients squared away. Oops. So we need an amber, an enchanted fabric, a niter, scribing tools, and a primal charge. These are amber are root, you can just find them, they're ores. The enchanted fabric is 4 strings in a cross pattern with any kind of wool and 1 of each viz, which is fine, and on a work table. Niter we'll get to in a second. The scribing tools is a glass bottle or a glass file with a feather and ink or black dye. I need to grab the ink. I have a couple here. I took the 27 Potentia fuel jar out of my harness, since I'm not going to be flying around, and I replaced my robes so I look all magey. So let's shift-click, put this in here. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, which is our enchanted fabric. I don't think this will matter having the wand in here, but it'll make a scribing tool for us. We have an amber, which is all well and good. Now, and it'll leave your wand in there if you do that. The primal charge, you need 1 of each element shard, so 6, 2 gold bars, 25 of each viz, I did not know that, and then a Salus Mundus, which there's 2 ways to make that one, and it's 2 ethereal essence and a shard and 5 viz, or 5 of these 4 and 4 mana beans in an earth shard, or any shard. That's what we're going to be using, because these are easier to come by than the essence. So let's put in a shard. So you'll see it uses 4, and boom. So we have that. Now we put this in the center, and I don't know if order matters. It might. No, not that. That's weird. It doesn't show you how to make a primal charm, even though it's right there. Air, fire, water, earth, order, entropy. Air, fire, water, earth, order, entropy, 2 gold. I wasn't expecting the 20 of each viz. Oh, it's 20 because of the wand's reduction. That's nice. So we have the primal charge. Okay. So we have primal charge, ink, amber, enchanted fabrics. Now we need the niter. So give me my wand back. We're done with the table, I believe. So let's go down here for a second. So what this does is it separates elements into their actual essentia, right? I am going to need to empty one of these. We have plenty of niter. Oh, here's wait. Hold on. I'm confused again. Ignis, not niter. So we have Potentia, we have Ignis, we need Lux. So let me see if I have another Warda jar. I think I used them all. They're not hard to make. It's a slab by 7 panels. Oh, I do have plenty. Okay, cool. And I don't have any... No, I don't have any Lux already made. Oh, I had some of this stuff already made. Oh well. At least you guys got to see how it works. So what we're going to do, torches only have Lux, and anything you've researched with the thermometer, you can hold shift and see what element it has on it. So like gold has 4 things, charcoal has this, yada yada yada. So we're only going to put 1 jar down, because we only need that for this, and we'll put 1 charcoal in. It'll be enough. It burns through it really quick, and then this tube tells you whether or not there's any essentia stored up in the umbilical. And with the thermometer, or whatever, goggles of revealing, you can look at it and see what essentia is there, and you can see the pipes have now, these are all essentia tubes, and they've all piped it into 3 Lux down here. So 3 torches, 3 Lux. Now, since we've got heat going, I'm going to go ahead and throw this stuff in here to get the armor, because if you'll recall on this, we need armor, magic, and potentia here. Now you'll notice it's not filling up in here because it's stuck. It's stuck in here because it has nowhere to put it, because there's only these jars. So we're going to put 1 here, and you should see this start to clear up, and there's no more. And you can right-click it with a empty hand, and it'll say it's empty. You have 13 there, and you can also check this. Make sure this bar is clear before you remove any of the things, otherwise it's not done pumping out the essentia, and it'll get bottled up. That's important because it took me a while to figure that out. This is kind of a tricky system to use. I've noticed a lot of people saying that they nerfed it. I don't... They dissipate quickly, but you are left strangely inspired. Okay, you have discovered some new research. Okay. Did it just flash 7th color? I've never used these. I don't know what they are, but apparently they do stuff. So, we have our armor, and we have our Lux. Now let's grab... I'm just going to tap this with the Wand of Excavation. You could do it with a pick too, but it's faster with the excavation. I think it's because it's Thaumcraft. And let's grab this Ignis jar. And let me go grab a glowstone. Unless I have one here. I do not. Darn. There we go. I need one of you. Alright, so the alembic, or what is this thing? Alchemical furnace, that's what I'm going to call it. This arcane alembic, whatever that word is, screw it. This furnace thing lets you separate essentias, basically, and store them for later use. Combining this with the automated crucible here, what you can do, just right-click here. I had it set for a... Let me get this out of the way. Had it set for a hyper-energetic niter to make one of these, and you'll see what it's needed. But when I put this in, it lists what you can make out of it. Now, if I were to put... Wait, what was that for? Spellbinding cloth. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm trying to find something that has more than one use, but I don't know of any offhand. But if you have more than one, you can cycle through what you can make. But for our purposes, we're going to select niter with glowstone. So it tells you how many you need. You have to do it in this order, or it'll bottleneck, and it won't do anything. It'll stop up. But this keeps you... The crucible I didn't like, because you get an overflow of essentia, like things you weren't needing. Because you'd use things that had more than... Like, if you threw this in, but you only needed the metallum and the hand, the excess turns into flux and does bad things. So I like this one because you can actually specifically use what you need. I guess I had this turned off. You can click them with the wands, and it'll add up... it'll, like, kind of like the wrench will with the conduits. You can like disconnect them or connect them. And now if we look, you'll see that there's an Ignis in there, and this bar is full, but it won't do anything, because now we need the Lux. So we're going to grab this, put the Lux down, it'll drain that. And now if we click on this, see Lux is good, but we need this one. So we'll throw a Potentia down, and it'll spit out a Niter right here. Now you can have a chest or something there, too, if you need to. But as you can see, we didn't waste anything. We still have all of our excess stuff, which is why I like this so much, because it lets me be precise. I don't have any flux overflow, and I can store my excess stuff for later and use it when I need it, which is awesome. Okay, so how much is in this? 24. How much do we need? 25. Of course we need 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw a charcoal in here because these give Potentia and Ignis. Now we're going to have a bottleneck for the Ignis. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's grab this guy. Put you down. It should drain that. Okay, so this is good. And this has 26. Awesome. And I can always refill my jetpack later, so I'm not worried about it. Now let's go ahead and throw this in here. Now this had 3. Has the Devil Tail one, Magic, and Herbal Essence, or whatever. Now my current jar is full, so I'm just going to use another one. Okay, that's going to fill Magic. This is Herba, and then this should give us the Devil Tail one, which is... I don't recall what that is. Infernus. Okay, sure. So as you can see, this is filling up, which is kind of not great because it's meaning that it can't burn anymore until it gets some room in the umbilical, and it shouldn't be empty. It's lying. I don't know why that says it's empty. Unless the furnace is holding all of this essentia, I'm not sure. But pretty much, to break this down, I don't think I did a very good job. The furnace... Oh, really? Burn that. The furnace cooks it and separates the essentia. The umbilical spreads it out. Like, you can connect pipes to it and separate it. And if you're wondering why I don't have this directly connected, it's because it won't directly connect for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not a Thaumcraft expert. And by the by, if any of this is incorrect, like I said before in my last episode, don't hesitate to tell me about it, but you don't need to, like, you know, rage about it or anything. Like, I'll admit I don't know everything. I'm just learning from experience and what I've read in this little book. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know. I don't want to blow up the world. But, you know, whatever. So, we got 25. I think that's enough. I think that's perfect, actually. Yes, 25. So we have 25 of this, over 10 of this, and 1 excess of this. So perfect. And then we can keep this for next time. This is full, otherwise I'd show you how the transfer thing works. Actually, I can show you how this works. So let's grab this one, and we'll put it under the funnel. And then we'll grab this guy, and we'll right-click. Now, you can't click on this block, or it'll just place it like it places this one. You have to click on the Essentia funnel, and you'll see it is centered on the funnel. And then this gets all of the Essentia. When you right-click this, it still says a jar of Essentia, so you have to place it back down, and then it turns back into an empty warded jar. And then it'll go back into your stack. But now this one has 30. So it's an easy way to, without using... why am I carrying the Ignis around? I don't need the Ignis for this. I'm losing my mind. It's a very easy way to separate or condense all of your Essentias so that you don't have like a billion partially filled bottles or jars. That's really annoying to me. Okay, so we don't need any of these. So I think we're squared away and we have everything we need. So let's see if we can sleep, and I'm gonna head over to my new house where my arcane altar is, which is a whole nother ballgame. Okay, so here's Adrian's house. Here's my starter dirt hut. And this is a tunnel that I dug to get from point A to point B. Ta-da! This is my work in progress new house. I've got some 2 niters glowing and warded stones. Basically, what the warded stones do is mobs can't walk on them. If you cover them, it doesn't do anything, so it's not a good idea to cover them. But this kind of makes a perimeter that I haven't finished yet. And then I'm using great wood micro blocks to make like a staircase, which I think is cool. I'm open to suggestions on ideas for home design. And I've got my arcane. I found this stone. Some of you might recall in the previous episode when I went for this node that I found this Stonehenge-looking thing. I lowered it by 1 or 2 so that I could use a walkway, and then I put a magic wall force field dome-looking type thing, or my attempt of a dome. Bass player and Adrian don't think it's a dome, but I think it's a dome. It looks domey to me. So I put a shield over it, if you will, and this is the magical runic matrix of the arcane infusion altar of madness and trickery. I don't know. You don't need this many altars. I did it because I was making some more advanced stuff, like the silverwood wand and stuff that needed some crazy stuff. So I just put a bunch of altars around. It needs to be as symmetrical as possible, though. And I've got some zombie heads. Zombie heads, I forget what else it is. There's an entry in the book about it. Here we go. It shows you how to make the arcane pedestals. And then how to set it up. You need a one that can hold 25 or more. Infusion is not without its risk. The entire process involves forcing vast energies, so unpredictable things tend to happen. It's very scary. You can have things knocked off of pedestals, or flux can get generated, or a whole bunch of stuff. It's some scary crap. The longer crafting continues due to unresolved problems like lack of viz or dropped items, the greater the chance of something bad happening. Yeah, I learned that firsthand. These effects can be reduced by various means. Firstly, you wish to keep the entire fusion as symmetrical as possible. Hey, I feel like someone just said that. Take careful note of where you place everything. When placing fusion items, you wish to keep them balanced as well. Yeah. Lastly, you can place paraphernalia around the altar in so candles, skulls, crystals, etc. These will have the effect of reducing instability. So, I think zombie heads fall under skulls. I'm not sure. But candles, you can also take these shards that I already used. You can take those shards and make crystal clusters out of them. Actually, I have Ignis pulled up because I was looking at how to make the Ignis bees. Well, darn. I can't seem to find a recipe that will show me the shards. Oh well. Dang. Anyways, you can make crystal clusters out of the shards. I just don't happen to have enough of them at the moment, I don't think, other than maybe earth or something. And you can put them around here to try and reduce the flux. So, now comes into play this part where you see how all of this is oriented. So, the primal charm up top, the enchanted fabric and niter kind of at an angle, and then the scribing tools and the amber on the side. So you don't need this many altars for this particular, or pedestals for this particular thing, but some of the more advanced stuff... what was the thing that I made? Was it Silverwood? Yeah, see, Silverwood has at least 7 pedestals are required, and being symmetrical, it's hard to do 7, so I just ended up making a bunch of them and putting them every other block. And then I just kind of figure out a way to place them each time I want to do it. So, for example, let's say this is the top, so the primal charge goes here. That means that the niter... Let's put the niter and the cloth here and here. So kind of at that angle like you see in the book. Yeah, kind of at the angle. And then the amber and the scribing tools we'll put on this corner one so it's like it's on the side. I think that should work. Maybe. Is this on the side or is it more... it's closer to the edge, so let's put them up here on this one. And you can just right-click and place them. So that looks pretty good to me. Now for the Essentia, it doesn't have to be any place particular. I personally try and make it distributed, just in case that has an effect, but everything I've read said that it doesn't necessarily have an effect. Now, the bad part about this is if something goes wrong, something gets knocked off and you don't place it in time, if it uses up all of this Essentia and you don't have any buffer, like any extra, than what it requires, it will just keep like blasting things until you refill it, and it's very, very bad. Very, very bad day. The worst one is not when something gets knocked off a pedestal, it's when it actually destroys the item. That is a bad afternoon. And so then the last step is you put your item here, and then you right-click on this with the wand. All of this stuff is for aesthetics, the arcane stone here on the bottom. You don't have to do that. All that's required to make the infusion altar is the runic cube, which you can see the recipe for here or in the Thaumanomicon on your own, the arcane pedestals, and then you have to take arcane stone bricks in a 3x3 pattern like this, pedestal in the center, stones on top, and then the runic cube over that with empty air blocks. There, you right-click on the Runic's cube and it'll start spinning and these arced altar pieces will form and you've made your arcane infusion altar. So let's light this candle. So you can see it's dragging in that Essentia and now it's pulling this one. So you basically just have to watch for little lightning bolts. That when that happens, it'll knock stuff off the pedestals. It's really annoying. This one's supposed to be minor, so I'm hopeful that we won't have any problems. But this is basically how you make more advanced crap in Thaumcraft 4 now. And now it'll start using the item up like this, where it starts deteriorating it. It's really cool. I love the visual effect of this. I think this part is so awesome. Between all the lights and the cube moving and then it's just really cool. And then voila! You have a runic headpiece, which apparently you don't see anything, but it's basically its own HP system. Oh, look at my health! It's all runey and crap. So basically what this does is it gives you it's got its own health bar, basically, that you won't take damage until your runic armor runs out of charge, and then over time it recharges itself. But you don't actually look like you're wearing any armor, apparently. I didn't know that part. So that's pretty cool. I know this episode was a little bit long, I apologize for that, but there's just a lot to go over and a lot that I've done on the server, and I didn't want to have anyone miss out on all the happenings and doodads. So I apologize for it being kind of long. I hope you learned something, and yeah, maybe this helped somebody figure things out on how some of the more advanced Thaumcraft stuff works. I know I wasn't explaining every single recipe, but some of this stuff is just so advanced I just don't have the time to go over all of it in a single episode. So hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time where we are maybe further along at the new place and further permanently set up with our Thaumcraftery. So until then, peace.